fabulous fabric from the land of the five rivers.
Years ago, when we came to Los Angeles, I really believed that the greatness of the Raiders would be in its future.
Yeah, you already know what it is.
Oh, you didn't know?
50-50.
Welcome to the 50-50 Show with PharoahNFL and the Severe Raider, the realest show for Raider Nation.
The perpetuation of the greatness of the Raiders to take a professional football team and give it a distinct characteristic that's different from all others.
Make sure to clock in, like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
Raiders!
Man, you already know what time it is, man. It's the best late night show out there, man. It's the 50-50 Show. My guy, the Severe Raider. Obviously, myself, PharoahNFL. If it's your first time joining us, definitely clock in, as we like to say it, man. Clock in, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It's only right, man. Appreciate everybody coming through and supporting the show as always. We got a lot to talk about. Another off-season edition of the 50-50 Show. We got a few things to talk about. We got a few weeks until training camp starts. So in the meantime, there are a few things that we want to address. Obviously, some of the things that's going on in the NFL, some of the rumors, some of the news in regards to the team, and some of the high praise that some of the players are receiving. We'll get into that later in the show. Man, we appreciate everybody coming through. Salute to everybody pulling up. Coach in the building says Lawrence Taylor compared himself to Jeanty. Nah, that's not that LT. There is another LT, man. plays the same position. I know you being sarcastic here, but my guy Coach pulling up. Appreciate you coming through. Garrett in the building says, first time in a while I finally caught my favorite Raider content providers when they start instead of watching the broadcast later on during the day. Much respect, man. Salute to you. Appreciate you coming through our live show. And we appreciate everybody watching the replay too as well, man. So whatever works with you, man, we appreciate everybody coming through. As usual, Reese Rock in the building, my guy. He says, dang, Rodgers. But that's why one hedges the bet. They still win? Okay.
No, they lost. They lost late.
Oh, they lost late. Oh,
they lost late. But but if you hedged it, you still win.
Yeah. Real. What's good, man? Yo, man, appreciate you pulling up. He says, he says the Raiders. Man, we got everybody pulling up today, man. We got the OGs in the game, man, coming through. My guy QP was good. Gerald says so many decent moves have been made, yet one that will tell the story for me is how will the offensive line gel together. Yeah, facts.
Yeah,
facts. That's kind of been since obviously the last couple of years. It's been an issue. It's been a problem. So like, you can expect, or we would expect that it would have been a huge emphasis this offseason. And I think they've kind of addressed it in certain ways. I mean, by obviously, signing Linderbaum to that huge contract, which I think probably was it the most for an interior offensive lineman. I don't know if he broke that.
The most for a center. I don't know if it's the most for an interior offensive lineman, but sure the most for a center.
But he's getting paid like a guard, and the guard market has exploded like the last
crazy.
Like they're getting paid.
He didn't clear the next center by like $8 million per year average.
And Kubiak said how important the center position is for his offensive line. So for him to get that guy, and then obviously we all know that if you look at all the good Raiders offensive line in the past, they've had a good center, and center has been an issue the last couple seasons. You know what I mean? For a lot of different reasons. Some people were like, hey, some guys are playing out of position. There's a lot of different reasons, but we got Linderbaum. I think he kind of solidifies a little bit the interior. There are still some things that need to get sorted out. We'll get into that as far as that guard. Some might even still talk about the right tackle position. But I think people are more comfortable at right tackle than they are with the guard position. Like, they're still trying to figure that out. Like, Spencer Buford has a little bit of a stronghold right now at left guard. And then obviously JPJ, I think, is probably in the lead right now. I know there was some talk that Caleb Rogers might overtake him, but we'll see. There might be some competition there. Maybe for good reason. Maybe to bring out the best out of the players.
Back.
We got Money Chuck in the building. Let me guess, LT doesn't know what he's talking about, or was somehow forced to say Jeanty is like him. Nah.
I wouldn't say that.
Hey, look. We'll it's gonna be one of our notable quotables. We'll get to that in a second. And it's not even just LT. We got a Raheem Mostert that kind of goes along with the LT and Jeanty talk. So. And then from there, we'll play out the quote, and then you guys react to it. We'll obviously talk about it. And Jeanty, he's in some ways for some fans a polarizing player in that, like, damn, we took a running back at number 6. You know what I mean? Is he generational? He's not that. Is he a good running back? Maybe so, but like, do you take good running backs at number 6? But judging from these quotes, these guys, man, they got a lot of good things to say. So we'll talk about that in a second. Brandon Ayuk, man, he's just meltdown. When you say meltdown, or is this all a ploy to get him? Obviously, it's his way of saying, let me get out of here before I'm gonna make a scene. But for the 49ers, they're handling like a ruthless. Or like they really don't like Brandon Ayuk. He burned that bridge, and they are taking their time. And I've seen something like just recently saying that like it's a good possibility that he doesn't even play in 2026, which is, man, that
I wouldn't be surprised because if the 49ers don't make a move, they don't cut him or trade him, then yeah, he ain't playing for them. He for sure ain't playing for them. So, if they're gonna hold on to him, then yeah, obviously he's not gonna play this year. So, I mean, I want it to be like a ploy, and for this to all be fake. But if it's all fake, bro, like you putting all your eggs in this one basket as a strategy, and that's just not an intelligent move, especially when that strategy involves you portraying yourself as an unhinged, unreliable person with lots of money. Like those are the worst. Unhinged, unreliable people with money are the worst, most dangerous kind of people. So like that's the opposite of what you want to be portraying yourself as, especially if a team is to give you millions of dollars and to trust you to be the number one wide receiver on their team. Like what they want is stability. So you portraying yourself as somebody that's unhinged and unstable, that's like counterproductive. So I don't know what he's doing. I don't know who's advising him. Can't be anybody smart. So like he's really like he's doing a number on himself, man. And this ain't like a Tom AB situation where AB, he knew he had a golden parachute in Tom Brady, where Tom Brady was gonna come to his rescue. Tom Brady had pull in New England. He was able to get him over to New England. And then AB immediately burnt that bridge. But guess what? When Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay, what did he do? He brought AB over with him. So, there's nobody in the NFL that's gonna extend that olive branch to Brandon Ayuk that I know of. So he can be digging his own grave right now.
Yeah, Antonio Brown needs a 30 for 30, and I think Brandon Ayuk, in his own way, he for sure needs his own 30 for 30 documentary to understand like what is going on, like, because I believe he fired his agent too as well. So I don't know who's in his circle, who's who, like you said, who's advising him. If you want to believe this, there's some part of me when I first seen that, I'm like, man, like you're beefing with the quarterback of the team that you're trying to go to. That's not really gonna help you get to the Commanders if you're gonna beef with Jane Daniels. So if you guys are late to the party, Brandon Ayuk, I guess, reacted to some clip where some fan was like pretty much calling at Jane Daniels, and he got his attention, and then he starts cussing him out and saying that Brandon Ayuk will never play for this team. You better not let him play with this guy. Just egging him on, and Jane Daniels is just laughing. He laughing it off. And one thing led to another. Brandon Ayuk comes out with his IG response to the video, on top of him kind of implying that, like, I think Jane Daniels probably texted him some things saying that, like, hey, this is my team. You're going to have to play with my rules. And then he starts going at him, going at his mom, and this and the third. But it also could be a ploy to get him out of, to make it seem like, he's not going to go to Commanders. But I don't know. But it's hard to give him Ayuk kind of benefit of the doubt, because everything that he's doing doesn't make any sense. But yeah, also him doing this is just, I can't even run it past him. Like him and Jane Daniels probably are like, let's try to see if we can. But I don't know.
It's stupid. Like know what that's like? It's like, when you a kid and you like a girl, but you ain't got no game yet, or you ain't got no confidence yet. So you don't know how to approach her. So you just be mean to her. You be like, do little stuff to treat her bad. Like, cause that's the only game you have. Like, that's what he's doing. Like, bro, that don't work. Like, that's not how you go about macking. Like, just treat like, that's not how macking goes. So like, that's what he's doing. He's doing stuff that's counterproductive to his eventual goal. Like, bro, just handle this stuff behind the scenes, bro. If you need to get the Players Association involved, hire a lawyer, do stuff like that, bro. Just like he looking like low-key like Chandler Jones right now, bro. Like, only thing he ain't dropped is if he come out, he drop an R&B song talking about the 49ers, it's a wrap. He threw.
Every time I think of Chandler Jones, I just think of that clip where he's just like, where he's just like, just trying to hold in. Man, I don't even want to make fun of like
the song he made about Josh McDaniels. He made a whole song about.
Did he make a whole song about Josh?
He made a whole song about Josh McDaniels, bro. Roasted.
That's crazy. Alfredo says Ayuk's first guy to get CTE from a knee injury. Yeah, you know what? But not to joke around, man. You know, Marshawn Leland, who you know, I think he the Cowboys player that died during the season.
Yeah.
The doctors basically gave him a grade 1 CTE. So whatever that means, I got to look into, you know, actual, you know, the severity of it, but they basically are like diagnosing him, saying that he did have CTE, which is kind of crazy because, you know, he did take it. I think he took his own life, right?
Yeah.
From that whole situation, that was like a big story during the season where, you know, unfortunately he lost his life. But they did a study on his brain and they found CTE and they graded a grade 1 CTE. Actually, I'm gonna look into that actually. We're talking about it because when I seen that, I looked at that real quick. But yeah, man, the Ayuk situation is just not getting better. I actually want him to get released. So I just want to see if like what team was gonna actually sign him, and if it is the Commanders or I don't even know. But the way the 49ers are playing it, they're like, man, now we're gonna like destroy your career. You're like, you're not gonna embarrass us, like, or however way. They're just taking their time because he doesn't have any leverage.
He's doing it to himself, bro.
Like there's not like there's any guaranteed money left. Like they literally it's the Niners have all the leverage right now. They can take their time. Like they don't.
I thought they just paid him. That's the thing. I thought didn't they just pay him?
Okay.
Didn't they just pay him? Yeah. Remember before I want to say before he got paid, everybody was talking about the Raiders need to go after him because of the AB connections. He was close with AB from their time at Arizona State.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, bro, like I think they just paid him. And then like, remember, as soon as he got his bread, he started acting the fool, bro. Like as soon as he got paid, he was at the jewelry store. He wasn't showing up to nothing. But he bought them chains. I think he bought like a platinum chain and a gold chain, the matching. He was at the, like, just wild. He's just been wilding ever since he got money, bro. Just wild.
Okay. So, all right. So just to give y'all more info on what I was saying earlier, I just wanted to make sure everybody understood exactly what they found. So Boston University CT Center made the diagnosis after Nealon's family donated his brain for research. There are 4 stages of CTE, with stage 4 showing the most damage. Mm-hmm. So he had, I believe, stage 1. Stage 1. He was diagnosed with stage 1. So that's the least amount, but still, it's enough for them to say that he did have CTE, and it was one of the stages. So, man. Football, man, it's crazy sport, man. But that being said, back to actually the Raiders, I wanted to talk about kind of like one of the biggest storyline right now is, you know, it is, you know, kind of a little the low part of the off season where it's just like, all right, there's gonna be a little break, but it's interesting that like the Raiders do have a situation at quarterback. They got 3 quarterbacks they got 2 quarterbacks with starter experience. Obviously, they got a quarterback that they drafted number 1 overall. So they got a guy that has experience already on the roster, way more experience than, let's say, Aiden O'Connell. Even though Aiden O'Connell has some starter experience, it's kind of like a little bit of a luxury to have him. Let me ask you this: do you think that there are rumors? They're suggesting that the Raiders are willing to trade him. They're going to look to see if they can trade him. They're finding ways to, you know, find a way to, like, you know, up his value a little bit, see what team, because you know what happens during training camp. So either a team is looking for a backup, or they're trying to shore up the position, or someone gets hurt. Do you see Aiden O'Connell get traded, or do they keep him on the roster week 1?
It'd have to be like a really good trade, in my opinion. I think he's on the roster week 1, to be honest with you. I think he's on the roster probably as QB2, to be honest with you. I think they going to the. I think they want to put as much space between Fernando Mendoza and starting especially in the beginning of the season, as they can. So I think they're going to have Kirk Cousins be the guy that's the entrenched starter. Aiden O'Connell will go in as the backup, and then Fernando Mendoza will dress as the emergency quarterback. And I think that's how they'll play it. Like I said, unless the team Aiden O'Connell is more valuable on the team than he is in the trade, unless the team is willing to give up like a fourth, which I don't think any team will.
I see what you're saying. Because I see what you're saying. You're saying almost to like put the nail on the coffin, like to guarantee, like Mendoza's not playing. If they determine like, you know what, we're gonna take our time with Mendoza. He's gonna play at some point, but it's not gonna be, you know, the first 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games of the season. So having a guy like Aiden O'Connell, like kind of to make sure like that doesn't happen, is kind of like a good thing for the Raiders. But I mean, if a team wants to give up a 5th round pick, I'll take it. 5th, he was originally drafted in a 4th. I mean, if you get a 4th,
yeah, 4th,
thank you very much.
You gotta take it.
We're taking that instantly. But a 5th, I'll take that. 5th, I mean 6th, shit, 7th.
Yeah, I mean, you guys know how I feel about. You know how I feel about Aiden O'Connell, but you know, like I said, I think he's more valuable on the roster than he is in the trade. Unless you get bare minimum of 5th. You cannot trade him for anything less than the 5th, because he's still he's a quarterback. He's won games in the league, you know, not at a high clip or a high level, but he's won games in the league. He's been performing well in many camps and OTA, so you know, take that with a grain of salt. But he's a guy that's he's gonna be studious. He's gonna work hard. He's going to learn the offense. He's going to, you know, be responsible, be a good presence in the locker room. I think all those things are things you want, especially if you have a quarterback room like the one we have, where you got Kirk Cousins, who, you know, he's in the later stages of his career, but he still wants to play. You have a young guy like Fernando Mendoza that wants to learn the NFL game, obviously wants to see the field, but he's not ready yet. And you got a guy in the middle, and Aiden O'Connell, who not necessarily a grizzled vet, but he's not a young guy either. So he's that perfect like bridge between those two guys. So, and I think his personality just fits in perfect in that room. Like I said, I don't see a need for them to have to move Aiden O'Connell unless they're getting a good pick back, or they're just so hell bent on keeping another player at another position that they have to, you know, only carry 2 quarterbacks, because that's what you're essentially saying, is you're only going to carry 2 quarterbacks. And then you kind of put yourself in another precarious situation where, you know, is that what you really want to do, is only carry 2? Because we kind of carried 2 last year, but we had Cam Miller on the practice squad. So technically we had 3. Obviously none of the quarterbacks we have right now are going to go on the practice squad. So like the Raiders might have to carry 3.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying, but if a team is offering a 5th, you kind of almost have to take that.
You got to consider it. You got
to take that. Come on, like, because what was AOC? Is he on his last year?
Should be his last year, yeah.
Last year of his deal? Like, come on. Like, yeah, I know, I get it. It'd be nice to have that insurance policy just to guarantee that, you know, Mendoza won't be able to be forced to play early on, just in case if there's any injury. But like, that's kind of a luxury. And if we can get like anything for AOC, you gotta this is a rebuild. It's not a win now type of situation with the Raiders. This is a rebuild. So if they're sticking to that, which I think is a great idea, because the Raiders, I don't think are like, this is not this year is not like, oh man, like if we don't make it to the Super Bowl, if we don't make the playoffs, man, this is a terrible season. Nah, like I think the bar for the Raiders this year is like, we want to make sure some of the players develop. Basically is to get Mendoza ready, get this roster ready, get some of these guys that you drafted, let them take the next step, so then you can reevaluate the roster once again, and then add another infusion of talent from free agency, from the draft, and in 2027, now we might have something cooking. Now we be able to, if everything goes well, right, goes according to plan.
Yeah. That's a big if, but yeah.
No, for real. Reese says Kurt goes out. AOC has a minimum 2-game tryout. Oh, he's talking about his business says at the trade line we can get a 5th. But you know what? Like, I think teams would rather trade for a quarterback before the season than during that time. Because think about it, like the NFL, it's tough. Like if you don't have a, especially the quarterback position, like if you miss the entire offseason, like there's so much things that like it takes to be successful at the quarterback position. Timing, knowing the playbook. Yeah. Like there's so many things. Like it's like, come on, like at that point, like you're almost, if a team is willing to trade a 5th round pick, they're kind of desperate for AOC. That's like you just need someone to be out there, pretty much. That's pretty much what you're doing.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like he'd have to go to, and I don't know who this would be. He'd have to go somewhere where he knows the system already, or he's like familiar with the offense they ran in order for it to work. But even then, like you said, it's still that hurdle to get over, like having the timing and the chemistry with the receivers, and like taking the snap from the center. Like it's a lot that goes into it. Which is, part of the reason why Fernando Mendoza, who's, a talented prospect, why he's struggling early on, because he hasn't gotten that stuff down yet. And that's something that, Aiden O'Connell has mastered already. That's why other 3 quarterbacks, ask any of the beat writers, he's the one that's looked the best thus far. So, I mean, and another thing is that ideally you don't want Mendoza sitting right behind Kirk Cousins, because every time Kirk Cousins gets sacked or throws an errant pass or throws an interception, it's going to be the crowd chanting for Fernando Mendoza. And that's the situation. And even if he's a 3rd-string quarterback, you might still create that situation. But at least if he's designated as the emergency quarterback, it might cool down their jets just a little bit for them not to be calling for him to be thrown out there. But if he's the backup, if he's the guy right behind Kirk, bro, like Kirk gonna be watching over his shoulder the entire season. So I don't think that's a situation you really want to put him in or put Mendoza in, because if he gets into a game, it's one of 2 things happen. Either Kirk got injured, which means he's probably facing a team that has the ability to get to the quarterback, so that's not great. Or Kirk is playing so bad that Fernando Mendoza has to go out there, and that's also a situation you don't want to put him in. In a situation where like the team isn't playing well, and now the hope is on you to make a change. But if you don't make that change, then what are people gonna be looking at it like you have? Like what, bro? What do you feel me? So like, it's just a tough situation. Like I said, you want to put as much space between him and a starting job year 1 as possible.
Well, best case scenario is like Mendoza plays lights out in training camp, where it makes it like it kind of a more of an easy decision for the Raiders to be like, you know what, like we might just let Mendoza just to sit, just to get things sorted out on offense. Let Cousins start the season, but we feel good about Mendoza coming in, and we feel good about trading AOC now, because like we might as well just capitalize on that value. But we'll see what happens. But recently, Jeremy Fowler of ESPN, he has a series that he does, I believe, every year. I think he did it last year as well, where he talks to execs, coaches, and scouts all around the league. What they do is the coaches, scouts, and execs, they give their top 10 players at a position, and they compile the results, rank the candidates based on the number of top 10 votes, and then they pretty much release the top 10 for each position. So right now, so far they've released the running back top 10 and cornerback top 10, which is interesting, because this is a good way to understand like how the league kind of looks at the players. And this is not a projection, by the way. It's who they currently feel is the best at their position right now. So who they feel is the top 10 player right now. So number 1 for corner, just real quick, they had Patrick Surtain the second. No surprise there. Everybody, I think for the most part, everybody feels like he's the number 1 corner in the league.
Not me, but yeah, I think
your guy number 2.
That's acceptable.
Yeah, your guy. I think your guy Derek Stingley is number 2 from Houston Texans. Yeah. Number 3, Christian Gonzalez. Devin Witherspoon, number 4. If you fans, if you guys remember him, I think he was like a like a lot of Raider fans wanted in that draft where
they both went in that draft. That was Tyree Wilson draft.
Tyree Wilson draft, yeah. So
so Devin Witherspoon went to pick before we picked, and then I think Christian Gonzalez went like a few picks later because went to what's the man? Emmanuel Forbes went to. He got drafted in front of Christian Gonzalez.
Oh yeah, Christian Gonzalez went. So, no.
That was Bijan too.
Paris Johnson. Was it Paris Johnson?
Paris Johnson went to the Cardinals.
Yeah. So the Cardinals traded up ahead of the Raiders.
Yeah.
And
to get Paris
according
Johnson.
to Peter King at the time, Peter King used to be SI's NFL reporter. He's since retired, but he was in the Raiders war room, and he said the Raiders were for sure going to trade. We're going to draft Paris Johnson at number 7, and then like the Cardinals, they traded up just ahead of the Raiders, and they drafted him, and then it's Tyree was the guy that they settled for. That's why I felt like all the players we wanted, they all got drafted somehow one way or another. But they could have gotten Christian Gonzalez, who's ranked number 3.
They could have got Gonzalez
in the NFL, so they could have got him. So you have an argument there, like the Raiders could have went a different direction for sure, or traded down. But it is what it is. But number 4 is Devin Witherspoon from Seattle. Trent McDuffie, who just traded from the Chiefs to the Rams. Your guy Keon Mitchell, Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
Number 7, Terrion Arnold. No, I'm just kidding. Denzel
Ward.
Denzel Ward from the Cleveland Browns, and then number 8, J.C. Horn from the Panthers. Sauce Gardner, number 9 for the Colts, and then Cooper DeJean, number 10. Pretty much.
That's disgusting.
And then like honorable mention, they had Kamari.
Kamari Lassiter better than Cooper DeJean. He better than what you call it too. he better than he for sure better than Cooper DeJean.
What's funny about the Cooper DeJean is that like I think they're gonna move him to safety, like
he
full time.
But that's what he plays now. He plays like a hybrid. He like how we want to trade on Stooks to play. That's basically what Cooper DeJean is playing, like a hybrid nickel safety position.
Mm-hmm. Joey Porter also got received honorable mention as well. AJ Terrell from the Falcons. AJ Terrell Jr. from the Falcons. And then Jalen Johnson for the Bears also.
Oh, I would put Jalen Johnson over Cooper DeJean too.
Jalen Johnson from the Bears. Yeah, he's nice. And then, there's some other guys that receive votes like, DJ Turner, Alontae Taylor, guys like that. But yeah, that pretty much was the top 10 for corners. But obviously there's no Raider here yet. Hopefully, we'll have one in the future if he can stay healthy.
Mike Washington.
We'll see.
Mr. Mike Washington.
No, I was talking about corner. I was corner, but
corner.
See, you couldn't wait to take a shot. You couldn't wait to take a shot. That's crazy.
It's a sniper, right?
I'll see that on 4K. 4K. I was even ready to go to a running back. So running back was also recently ranked. Those are the 2 positions so far that they ranked so far. They still have to rank like the other position groups. So running back was also ranked. And number 1, no surprise, Bijan Robinson. Dude's a monster. Versatile running back. I mean, that's pretty much the name of the game at running back, at the running back position these days. Like, you're going to impact the game in the pass game and the run game. And the two guys that are ranked up top are pretty much guys that are going to hurt you in the pass game and also receiving game and also running the football. So Bijan Robinson, number 1. Jamari Gibbs, number 2. Number 3, Saquon Barkley. He had like a down year, but hey, and if the coaches, scouts, executives, they all feel the same, man. They feel like Saquon is still a top 3 running back in the NFL. Christian McCaffrey, number 4 for the 49ers. The guy still got it. They said they noticed a decline, but he's still a guy that you got to account for. Every time he's on the ball field, and he's basically baller offense, especially with their tight end. I think didn't he get like an Achilles injury? It was crazy. So he's
Kittle. I don't know what Kittle had. I don't know. I don't think it was Achilles though.
I think he tore his Achilles. George Kittle. Let's see, George Kittle. Let me see what.
Achilles? He tore his Achilles. That's wild.
Yeah, I know, man. I mean, and that's the thing about George Kittle, man. Like, I feel like he's the guy that I feel like he could been no doubt like known as the best tight end in the NFL. And at some point you could argue that, but like injuries have been like a big deal in his career. Let me see. Injury. Let's see what he do have in here. Yeah, Achilles. Let's see.
Damn.
Tight end George Kittle tore his right Achilles in the NFC wildcard round against the Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah.
Oh, damn. That's rough. He ain't playing. Man, if he playing this year, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's the same. Number 5, Jonathan Taylor from the Colts. Monster. Yeah. Even after a big year, I think didn't he have like he had a huge year, but they feel like
he started out crazy and then he kind of cooled off when the Colts cooled off.
Yeah, but they have him number 5. That rounds out the top 5.
He was an MVP candidate for a minute.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and they still have him number 5 even after. But that tells you how like competitive the running back position is.
But he ain't better than none of those other people though. That's like all those other people, 3 people got like almost guaranteed spots.
Damn, and Taylor's he's a beast.
He's a beast, yeah.
He's a beast. Derrick Henry, the ageless wonder, probably the best running back of this generation, is ranked number 6. And I ain't mad at that, man. I think you were telling me earlier he rushed for like at least 1,500 yards last year?
He went damn near 1,600. He went 1,595.
Wow. Yeah, monster. He did have a fumble issue last year, but man, the productivity is still there, man. You're at age 32. And I think this is a crazy stat. He broke off 17 runs of 20 or more yards, 4 more than any player, on his way to 5.2 yards per carry average on 307 attempts. Man, the dude is a monster. He kind of he's holding down the fort on that number 6 spot. Number 7, James Cook, which is crazy. James Cook is a guy that's like, man, James Cook. Well, didn't he lead the league in rushing last year? But that just tell you how how good the running back position is right now. James Cook is number 7. Davion A-Chain number 8. The Dolphins, who just got paid this offseason. He's Kenneth Walker, Super Bowl MVP, who's now now Kansas City Chiefs. Hopefully he's trash. You know what I mean? Like, and I think they said like he's the 2nd player that was a Super Bowl MVP to change teams. Guess, hey, this is for a Raider fan. This is a little trivia question. Who was the other player to change teams after winning the Super Bowl MVP? Raider fans, you know this guy.
It has to be more than one. It's more than one because I think Desmond Howard got to be one of them, and then it's the dude from the Cowboys. I forget his name, the corner.
I kind of gave you a clue. Raider fans, you know this guy.
Yeah, it's the dude. I forget the corner from the Cowboys, but I thought Desmond Howard got Super Bowl MVP too, and he went to the Raiders.
Let's see if someone. So just to repeat it. So Super Bowl MVP. There's the other player that to change teams after winning the Super Bowl MVP.
It's the corner from the Cowboys. I forget his name.
Not Isaiah, not Marcus Allen.
It's the corner from the Cowboys. Something Brown. Brown. I forget.
Nope. It's kind of a depressing stat or player to know if you're a Raider fan.
To change teams?
After winning Super Bowl MVP to change teams. The only other player. Malcolm Smith.
No, it gotta be.
You know what? There might be some other players. You know what, you guys, there might be some other players. My bad.
Yeah, but I say Desmond is the thing. Once I say Desmond Howard did it, and then the corner from the Cowboys.
It's the first player. So it's the first player since this guy, and Raider fans should know him really well, or some Raider fans. So if you guys old, you got some.
Yeah, Larry Brown was it. Yeah, Larry Brown was the guy I'm talking about. That was the Cowboys from the Cowboys Super Bowl.
So Kenneth Walker was the first player since fill in the blank player's name to change teams after winning Super Bowl MVP. So I gotta rephrase that question, or that trivia question. So who's the last player to change teams after winning Super Bowl MVP? Raider fans, like I said, you guys know who You guys, you know what I mean? It's not Marcus Allen. Not LeBron James. It's not the Green Bay kick returner. Kenneth Walker.
That was Desmond Howard.
Yeah, Kenneth
Desmond
Walker,
Howard.
last player. Obviously, he just did that, but I'm just saying.
He was the last one. The last one before him.
Last player before Kenneth Walker, who just went to the.
Super Bowl MVP. Damn. Who would it be? I'm trying to think of Super Bowl MVPs. It can't be Vaughn. Is it? It's not Cup, because Cup was the MVP, but he stayed. Trying to think who else would it be.
Just let me know, man. Just let me know, man. I'll break it to
you.
Go
ahead. Give it to us.
Dexter Jackson. Safety from the Tampa Bay Bucks. That's why I said, Raider fans, you ain't gonna like this, man, because the Bucks went crazy.
Yeah.
It seemed like everybody got an interception that game, but Dexter Jackson, I think, didn't he have like a pick six? He had like a few in that game.
Yeah.
On his
at least two.
MVP. So Dexter Jackson, safety from the Tampa Bay Bucks, won the Super Bowl MVP and then changed teams right after that. So that was the last player before Kenneth Walker. Yep. Mm-hmm. So Kenneth Walker is number 9. Breece Hall, number 10. Wraps up the top 10 right there. New York Jets running back who was able to sign his deal. Or did he sign a deal, or was it a franchise?
He signed a deal.
Signed a deal? Okay. Honorable mention, Josh Jacobs, Kyron Williams for the Rams, and Quinshawn Judkins for the Browns. So these are all guys that were listed honorable mentions. Guys that also received votes. Actually, Jeanty received a vote. Travion Henderson. But you obviously, they're going to have to do a little bit more in order for them to get a little bit more respect in this league, especially with all these running backs kind of like.
Yeah.
It's some good competition, to be honest with you.
Bro, they not better than Kyron Williams, bro. Kyron Williams not even in the top 10. Neither one of those dudes is better. Quinshawn, Travion, or Ashton ain't better than Kyron Williams right now. And Kyron Williams, he low-key should be in the top 10, but it's like, dang, who do you take out? It's hard to take anybody out. That's how nice Kyron is. It's man, running back game is tough right now. Makes you wonder why.
Tom Brady, y'all still guessing it. I'm still guessing it, but yeah, man, it was Dexter Jackson. 2003.
A different Buccaneer.
So reigning Super Bowl MVP is the first time since Dexter Jackson. So this is kind of to win the award and change teams the next season. So yeah. But yeah, man, hey, we appreciate everybody coming through. Make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. Yeah, so that's pretty much, that's kind of some interesting top 10s. I mean, did you agree with some of the top 10s? I mean, I know you had Stingley 1 at corner.
Yeah, I got Stingley 1, but it's hard to put him at number 1 because he hurt too much. But see, that's the thing. Like you'll penalize Stingley because in my opinion, Stingley's the best corner in the league. You penalize him and put him at number 2 because he's hurt. But then you have Christian Gonzalez at 3. He hurt too. It's hard to put Christian Gonzalez over Devin Witherspoon if you talking about guys that are more healthy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I agree with that for the most part. Like I said, I think Kamari Lassiter should be up there. I'll take Cooper DeJean out. But Cooper DeJean is nice. There's not taking nothing from Cooper DeJean, but I think Kamari Lassiter is just one of the best corners in the league. The only reason he's not getting this credit is because he plays across from Derek Stingley, but Kamari Lassiter is a dog. And Georgia corners really ain't been that. They've been kind of hit or miss for the most part recently. So the fact he a baller like that out of Georgia, that says a lot.
So Ruben, so what it is that like, it's the reigning Super Bowl MVP. They won the MVP, and that same offseason, they went to a different team. So Malcolm Smith might have went to the Raiders, but like he went to them like maybe the following offseason, but not like same offseason.
Because he played in a Super Bowl where they lost to the Patriots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. But yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, like the list is solid. It's you probably could change 1 or 2, but it's like damn, like. I can't get mad at it. I mean, if you want to drop some guys, I mean, like Saquon didn't have like the best year. If you want to be like real competitive, and you're talking about right now, maybe you put like move some guys up over Saquon just because he didn't have the best year. But like I said, like these are how execs, scouts, and coaches are looking at this player, and they feel like he's still that guy. And I feel like a lot of Saquon's struggles last year had to do a little bit with the Eagles, offensive line. And then I know that you were saying that, basically he rushed for 2,000 yards. And usually when running backs have that high of production, there's going to be a little bit of a drop off the following season. So,
that high usage.
Yeah, high usage. Yeah. So, yeah, man, I don't know. I think this list is pretty good. I'm not going to lie. And I'm hoping we get a running back in there, You shouted at a running back earlier. You kind of said it too soon.
Mike Washington. Mike Washington.
Oh, okay.
Mike Lowry.
Oh, okay. All right, man. But like I said, we appreciate everybody coming through. We're going live on both our channels. If it's your first time joining us, definitely clock in, subscribe to both channels, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Here we go. We got Oh, okay. You actually posed this question. You said which sophomore or rookie will make the list next year. So is this? I guess this is specifically for running back.
Yeah, specifically for running back. Yeah, which sophomore or rookie will make the list next year?
Man, I think Kenneth Walker drops.
Like low key, I don't think Kenneth Walker should be up there now. I think Kenneth Walker's up there just off what he did in the playoffs.
Yeah, because we did.
I think I would put Kyron Williams over Kenneth Walker.
Damn, Quishon Judkins is I like. You know what? Ashton Jeanty might have a shot if he has a big season.
Yeah.
I think Breece Hall and Kenneth Walker can be overtaken.
Well, it's gonna be tough for Breece Hall because Geno, their quarterback, right? Breece Hall gonna get it.
They're gonna run the ball.
They run the ball like a mug. But hey, but look at our wide receivers though. So Ashton gonna get a lot of touches too though. So that's
Davion A-Chain. Damn it, A-Chain is nice.
If A-Chain is healthy, he a dog.
Yeah. I think Judkins is gonna have something to say. I think Ashton might have something to say. You mentioned Kyron Williams.
Yeah. But he's not a sophomore though. I'm just talking about rookies and sophomores.
Oh, you're talking about okay, second year players. Okay. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't want to forget about Trevion Henderson too.
I don't think he on because he's in a real timeshare. So that's like it's gonna be tough. He's in a true timeshare, him and Ramondre. So I don't think he'll crack top 10 unless he just goes bananas, which I don't think he will.
Yeah, but like I think if he's as talented as you say he is, he could have, you know what I mean, like high end, like his ceiling could be like Jamar Gibbs type.
Yeah. But see, think about it like this though. Think about it like this.
Yeah.
Vrabel was the guy that kept playing Deion Lewis over Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Think about that. The greatest running back of our generation. It took Matt LaFleur being like, dog, if you don't fucking play this, you don't play this dude, bro. I'm gonna kick your ass, basically. So that's what it took for him to finally start playing Derrick Henry. So I mean, is it a surprise that he's not playing who everybody think is the best running back on the team? Not a surprise.
But let me ask you this: do you think Derrick Henry's better than Adrian Peterson?
No. I don't think LT better than Adrian Peterson, but that's like a debate. You could debate that.
Man,
but,
yeah, it's just pure like running the football. Yeah, AP is just a monster, but like,
bro, it's like I've seen it.
But LT
was hella smooth though.
He was more versatile.
He was poetry in motion. Yeah, he was poetry. But but just a pure runner. Just hand the ball off. Right. Adrian Peterson was
like
crazy,
he was
bro.
Meant to do that. Like what Adrian Peterson was meant to run the football. Like that's.
Bro, I seen the dude jump cut 8 yards to the C gap and then just take off like 60 yards. Like
to me, when he came back
crazy.
When he came back early from the ACL, ran for like 2,000 yards, almost broke Eric Dickerson's rushing record. Yeah, that's insane. And he could have broke it. I wish he did, just because they would have been a great story. Like, damn, like come back for ACL, break like your all time. That would have been crazy, but politics and like they respect for the game. It's crazy that they don't. Oh boy, forgot about that though. Different sport, but the guy from Miami that broke Kobe's.
Bam.
Yeah, Bam at about because the way they did it was hella forced. It was like
hella forced.
But that's a whole different conversation.
But I mean, I'm trying to think. So the running backs, the rookies and sophomores. I mean, obviously,
I think Quishon.
I think
to me,
the three are Amari and Hampton. I think actually low key. I think Amari and Hampton got better chance than anybody.
Oh yeah.
Amari and Hampton.
Yeah.
I would say Amari and Hampton. I'll probably put Ashton Jeanty second behind Amari and Hampton. Just because we got Linderbaum and we got Kubiak over here. And then, then I would put Quinshon Judkins third. And then fourth, I might put my guy out of Notre Dame. I might put him over Travion just because he gonna get the rock for sure.
Damn. Yeah, he's nice.
He gonna get the rock for sure. That's what I don't think Travion gonna get enough carries to like. He's not gonna get enough touches to do it. I know Hampton gonna get touches. I know Jeanty getting touches. I know Judkins getting touches. And I know Love's getting touches.
I wonder
does Travion? I don't know.
What's the? I don't know if you know this, but like, do you know what the state of Cardinals offensive line is? Like, I know they got a good left tackle.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I'm not sure.
That I don't know. They got Paris Johnson.
And they already have another running back too. So it's like,
James Conner though. James Conner's
solid. He's solid, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, he's solid.
But what I'm saying, he's like he's a Montgomery.
Yeah, exactly.
You get what I'm trying to say?
Exactly. Yeah.
So
he's like, okay, oh, you got James Conner. Okay, yeah, okay.
He's just gonna be. What I'm saying, he's gonna be in the way of like kind of that high end production though. That you're thinking that he.
Yeah,
that's the only thing.
I don't know though, because the only reason I don't think it's gonna be an issue is because LaFleur, he made it work with Blake Corum and with Kyron Williams, and Kyron Williams still went for like 14 or like last year I think he went for like 12 something, but the year prior I think he went for like 14 or 15. So he was able to make it work with two backs in the past, and I think that Love is just he's the weapon, bro, and he's super explosive, and he catches the ball hella nice too. So he's gonna be able to do a little bit more than James Conner because James Conner don't got no hands.
Hey Reese, I'll add Julio too. Julio was a freak too.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, Julio for sure. Julio Jones was a freak.
He was a freak. Megatron, Moss was like, damn, like.
Yeah,
praise like there'll never be a Randy Moss, never be a Megatron. Like they were all kind of like uniquely.
We got put T.O. up there too.
Damn, T.O. I seen him like.
Yeah, T.O. was a freak athlete too, man.
But it's crazy. He like coming out the draft, he wasn't really known for his athleticism. I'm not sure if he was like known. I know he didn't have like run a fast 40.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. But neither did AB though. AB right.
Yeah.
You ever see, bro? If you see it's crazy. You ever see AB workout, bro, during the combine, bro? You would think like, oh, this dude about to be cheeks. This dude about to be Trey Tucker, but slow. Like it looked nasty. He ran I think he ran like a low 4.5, 4.6.
Why?
He looked ridiculous. He ran like a 4.5 or 4.6.
Is he like nervous or something, or like he tripped? Like
he just looked hella goofy, bro. He looked hella goofy. I think he coming out of Central Michigan. I want to say.
Yeah.
He just looked crazy. You see his workout, bro. You would never be like, oh, this dude about to be one of the best players in the league.
Yeah.
Like ever.
Yeah. Yeah, man. But yeah, T.O. is one of my favorite receivers of all time. Like I think he's in my top. I think Rice is number one. I just like respect. Like I just gotta respect it. Like he's the number one receiver, and then I gotta after that. it's a combination of.
You got Randy. Don't lie. You don't want to say Randy, but you got Randy. This is the look on your face.
Yeah, for sure. I got Randy Moss in my top.
He number 2.
Hey, I don't know. TO's right there too, man. Like I respect. You know what I respect? I respect in football especially, but in all sports too. But longevity, I gotta give the edge to TO over Moss. Maybe the talent might have been crazier with Randy Moss, but I think longevity wise, I think TO had a longer career.
He did
more production. Like he was getting like 900,000 yard receiver on the Bills, the Bengals. Yeah. Like he still was a productive player well into his like late 30s. You know what I'm saying? So
man, you seen him work out recently? He could probably go out there. He faster than Jack Best right now, bro. Guaranteed. Guaranteed, bro. He faster than Jack Best right now.
Oh man. Yeah, no comment. Nobody likes Megatron, T.O., Randy Moss, and Darius Hayward-Bay. Nah,
hey, Darius Hayward-Bay was a freak athlete too. He had feet for hands, bro.
He ran hella nasty too, bro. Like Randy was like he didn't even look like he was running fast. Yeah. He just was blowing by people.
But he threw the hand up, bro. You know it was a wrap, bro. He threw the hand. I think who was talking about? I think Dante Hall was talking about that. How Randy did him dirty. He was like, I ain't worried about Randy Moss. I ran a 4.3 and all this.
But T.O. Moss and Rice is top three. I got to give it to them. And then like, damn, I wish Megatron played longer, but
I got Megatron over T.O., but that's me personally.
I feel you. I don't, but the talent. I get you on the talent, but it's just that. Damn, T.O. was a monster. T.O. was running over like linebacker. He was running over he was blowing by people, and he was running people over. Like the physicality, that's the one thing that I give him over like Moss, and even speed. He was fast too.
He was fast, yeah.
Like it was crazy, but yeah,
like DK hella fast.
Oh, okay. All right. So we always bring up this conversation about like top 5 because we like the receiver position. All right. Rice, Moss, in no particular order. Rice, Moss, T.O., Megatron,
Fitz,
Marvin Harrison.
I'm going Fitz
over. Damn, that playoff run. He single-handedly. That playoff run, he single-handedly took the Cardinals. Like he could have won. Like if they won that Super Bowl, he was like he was the best player on the team. He willed that team. Like that whole playoffs. Like he was dominating.
Not for sure.
Fitzgerald. He's in your top 5?
Yeah.
No, I'm not mad at that. Like he's for sure top 10 for me, but
if AB would have kept his head on straight, bro, AB would probably be top 5 for sure. Like that's the kind of run he was on, bro. That's the kind of crazy run AB was on. If AB kept his head on straight, bro, AB would probably have snuck into the back like top 5.
Is Julio in your top 10? I feel like he had a short peak.
Yeah, he had a short peak. He stayed hurt. That's the thing, bro. But Julio at his best, there may not be a better wide receiver than Julio at his best. Like maybe like him and Megatron. Like in terms of just everything,
like the talent,
everything you want: route running, speed, jump ball, everything, hands, catch radius, everything you want. Like those two guys had everything. So like that's like at their peak. You know, like those are the two guys, like alpha at the position. But like you said, like remember Julio single-handedly beat the undefeated Carolina Panthers that year. They went to the Super Bowl by himself.
T.O. catches the ball better than Thornton.
T.O. will be dropping stuff though. Andre Johnson's another one too. Yeah. Andre Johnson was cold too.
See, this is I know you're a Raider fan right here. Denarius Moore from Moss.
Man.
Hey man, Denarius Moore. I was a big man. Man, I wish
Darius Moore was supposed to be that guy.
he was supposed to. Jerry Porter was supposed to be that guy, but
Man, Jerry Porter's my dog.
yeah.
I wore 84 because of Jerry Porter.
Damn, but you know, Antonio Brown, like that 5 to 6 year stretch, he was dominating.
Going bonkers, bro. He was going stupid. Couldn't nobody touch him.
Andre Johnson's a good one too. Andre Johnson was a beast.
Andre Johnson was crazy. He just wasn't like hella fast, but he was just like everything else he had.
Yeah.
Everything else.
Yeah.
There's that same thing with Fish though. Fish ain't hella fast.
Is Antonio Brown? I'll put Antonio Brown top 10. I'll put Antonio Brown top 10. I wouldn't be mad at that if Antonio Brown was top 10.
Steve Smith Sr. too. Man, if they think about this, Steve Smith Sr. you would never think it. I want to say Steve Smith Sr. is he's taller. He's an inch taller. He's basically the same height as Trey Tucker though. Trey Tucker is 5'8". Steve Smith Sr. is 5'9".
He was a man amongst boys.
Bro, he was bullying people, bro. Like he was in practice punking people, like literally punking people at 5'9".
Yeah. That infamous clip that we always talk about with him and Jalen Ramsey.
Oh
young Jalen Ramsey, but
exactly. Oh yeah. Oh man.
But even like if you just look at the highlight tape of Steve Smith, like some of the things that he was doing, he was grabbing people by their face mask,
tossing
them, and then doing a whole touchdown celebration too.
Exactly. Like
he's disrespectful,
bro.
Disrespectful. But if you haven't already, make sure to click in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. It's that time, man. Y'all already know what time it is.
Personal foul, 69, offense. He was giving them the business.
Flag on the play. What we got this week, Severe?
Flag on the play is that there's been some rumors. I saw somebody in the chat posted earlier. And I throw a flag on you too, brother. There's been some rumors about a certain cornerback that's in some legal troubles, and he has been linked to the Raiders. Now I'm talking about alleged kidnapper Terrion Arnold. People have actually been saying the Raiders should go out and sign this man. In the midst of his legal troubles, the Raiders, who are trying to clean up their image, just hired the cleanest cut head coach you could possibly hire, just drafted the squeakiest clean quarterback in the history of quarterbacks. You want us to now go out and sign a guy who's been accused of kidnapping somebody?
Yeah, no, definitely flag on the play. I don't believe it. I think, sometimes when we hear guys get released and right away we see here, oh, there's a few teams that are interested and yada yada yada. Where is that information coming from? You know what I mean? Is that the agent trying to kind of create a market for him? He just got released. Obviously, he has some legal trouble. I'm looking at it from a situation where I wouldn't be mad at Arnold until the situation is resolved and he's cleared of all of the charges and whatever the case may be. But right now, come on, man. If the Raiders do this, it looks way too thirsty, and we don't have to be. The Raiders don't have to be thirsty. They don't have to go after whatever available talent is out there. This is a rebuild. Part of rebuilding is building it the right way and getting the right guys in the building. Like you just said, they just drafted a quarterback #1 that's squeaky clean, and they're signing players that fit in the locker room, that have a certain level of character as well as talent. I get that, the talent is a big part of it, but they also don't want to bring in the wrong guy, especially if he's going through some stuff that can obviously affect the team that's in Vegas. You know what I mean? The Raiders are in Vegas. They have to be very particular who they bring to a place like Vegas. Things can happen, especially, there's been we've seen players left and right, it's probably not talked about a lot, but hey, there's been some off-field issues with some of the players. And I think who was the player that they released? He had some off-field issues, I'm not sure if he was released. They didn't bring him back, but he had some off-field issues where he was on camera, where he was just passed out in his car, drunk and
damn, I know you're talking about. Damn,
I'm trying to think. Was he Snowden? It wasn't Snowden, right? Was
no, Snowden's the one. Snowden's the one that had the DUI. That had run.
Okay, so
crazy
Snowden was
DUI.
DUI, but that's not the guy I'm talking about. It's somebody else.
Nate Hobbs fell asleep in his car drunk and got ticket. Josh Jacobs, we all know about Josh Jacobs. He had the crazy scar on his forehead and DUI.
Yeah.
There was somebody else though. There was somebody else that was like lesser known. I can't remember who it was. There was somebody else though that had something.
Yeah.
The Raiders. I want to say the Raiders cut him quick.
I don't know if they cut him right away. I'm not sure if they cut him right away. But that being said, my point is that they have to bring in the right players right now. They don't have to necessarily get a guy. Maybe if it's a team with a strong locker room, they're ready to win now, and they're like, you know what, like, let's just go see what happens and pick him up, and then see if he can help the team right now until and then, you know, by the time they figure out his legal situation, they'll go from there. Maybe a team does take a risk on him, but I don't think it's the Raiders. Raiders that are like the last team to go ahead and do that, especially because we got some young developing talent there. Why don't we just go ahead and give those guys a chance to develop? And you drafted a Darian Porter 3rd round. You drafted a 4th round rookie corner who everybody projected to go in the 1st round, going top 10. You know, I would assume that you want to give this guy an opportunity to play. Hopefully he's healthy.
He still ain't signed though, has he? I don't think he signed yet though.
He hasn't signed yet, and I don't think Mendoza's signed yet either. Dude, so take that for what it's worth.
Yeah,
but
and then just look at the Raiders, right? Look at the past 3 draft picks we've had.
Oh, it's Snowden? Okay.
Yeah. Snowden was passed out. He had like went over like over the ledge. His car was like, it was crazy. But the last 3 guys we drafted: Brock Bowers, super clean, square from Delaware; Ashton Jeanty, maybe some sugar in his tank, but high character, no issues off the field. Worst he gonna do is some TikTok dances and play video games, right? Super clean. You never gonna have to worry about Ashton Jeanty getting in trouble. Fernando Mendoza, same thing. You never gonna have to worry about what is Fernando Mendoza doing right now. All 3 of those guys are guys that are high character. They're not going to get in trouble off the field. So why, in an organization where we're focusing on that, we're bringing in high character people, do we all of a sudden say, you know, let's bring in this alleged kidnapper? And even if like previously it was thought that Terry Arnold had a high character, bro. Like Detroit cut him for a reason. As soon as they didn't give him bail, that's like, oh yeah, we gotta cut you, bro. We gotta cut you.
Yeah, man. But yeah, flag on a play. If this rumor is true and the Raiders are interested in bringing him in, if they bring him in, they better have done their due diligence and did their research and figure out this situation is going to resolve itself sooner rather than later. But it doesn't sound like it. Like, this is a real serious case, and they literally brought him in. Like, they arrested him. So it's like, they're putting it on him. And I'm sure that whoever he was with is pointing the finger at him. And we talked about it before. It could be a situation where his name is going to be used to, you know, to go after him. You know what I mean? To make it to further their political career, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean?
Or prosecutor.
Yeah. It's a tough situation for him. If obviously if he didn't really have anything to do with it, but where there's smoke, there's a little bit of fire. So it's kind of man. But
look, the worst part is though, Terry Arnold ain't that good, bro. He ain't even that good. Like, I can see if it was like PS2, he's like, well, you know, hey, maybe he did kidnap somebody, maybe he didn't. But I'm not about to take that risk for Terry Arnold, bro. Not at all.
Yeah, man. So I agree. And the thing is, we got young talent there. I'd rather just go with the young talent. Figure out what we got in the room, develop that. Like, you drafted a guy in the 3rd round last year. I know it's a different defensive scheme. So maybe there might be a little bit of like questions there if he could fit. And, you know, you drafted Ezekiel Masses I know it was like in the fifth round, but like there might be something there, you know, if he has a good training camp. Like, I like the young. I'd rather just let it play out. If it doesn't work out, cool. They can prioritize that next offseason and get the right guys in the building. But I just think that like there's some young talent that's worth developing and letting them play. And I'd rather go through the growing pains of figuring that out instead of just giving a guy that you just mentioned right now. Like, you don't even think he's that good. You know what I mean? In order to bring in. So, and I don't think the Raiders are in position to even like take a risk. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. So, hopefully it's fake news. It's not the real. It's not. We seen the rumor out there. Hopefully it's fake news. But if it's true, flag on the play on the Raiders, and whoever thought this was a good to put this out here, man. Who put I want to know where this actually, like, come on, man. Like, who put this out here, man? Like,
why would be his people?
Yeah,
gotta be his agent.
His agent is trying to like figure out a way how he can stay in the league. He's like, oh, just go to the Raiders. They always give players that are just 1 foot out the door, out the league. You know what I mean? They always give them a chance. But yeah, flag on the play, man, on that report. What we got next, Severe?
Diana Rossini is seen on vacation with her husband.
With her cousin, damn. Damn, her cousin. What is going on here? What kind of?
I was gonna say another word.
What kind of lifestyle is she living out here, man? What she went from head coaches to
family members.
Damn, that's crazy. Nah, but what's going on with Diana Rossini these days, man? What's up with her?
Man, it's not even necessarily her. It's her husband is out here disrespecting himself publicly. Man, this is a public emasculation, bro. It's having a castration happening before our very eyes. This man is just out here. Man, he done kissed half the NFL executives through osmosis, man. This is wild, bro. This is wild, man. But hey, look, to each his own. To each his own. But could do it.
So I guess, you know, what you're talking about is like there's a clip out here, you know, that everybody, like, she hasn't really been seen in the public eye. There haven't been any footage of her out and about, and I guess they got footage of her on vacation with her kids and her husband, and like everybody just like, what? Like, your husband is on vacation with her? Like, after all, like, you know, everything that's come out, everything that's been confirmed that, you know, she's been, and he's just out about with the family. You know, hey, at the end of the day, it's not my business. It's, you know, that's that man's family. That's how they work. But it is kind of like, kind of cringy a little bit, just because it's like, damn, like all this stuff is out about, and like you're out here, you know, man, it's
loud and proud with it, man.
Yeah, it's ugly situation, man. It's insane, man. So you know, we got to call it like we see it, man. It's definitely a flag on a play on, and it's been flag on a play on Diana Rossini, but just on her husband. Her husband, she. I think this is the first time we gave her husband flag on a play.
Yeah, bro. At this point, you got to, man.
We got to, man. We got to. Oh, damn, man. The chat's going crazy. We appreciate everybody coming through. Make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. We're not done yet. I mean, do we have any honorable mentions for flag on a play? I feel like we had our honorable mention.
Do we have any? Do we have any honorable mentions? I mean, I know Stephen A got into some trouble.
Oh yeah, man. Stephen A is all
some trouble. I know. I saw it in the chat earlier. I know some people wanted to. Our boy Salvatore wanted to talk about basically USA cheating in soccer and still losing.
Was the Adam Schefter just a crazy report or just a flag on a play?
That was just a crazy report. That was just crazy. That's just wild.
Yeah. So I don't know if anybody heard about the Adam Schefter report saying that like Sean Payton approached the Broncos owner about Bill Belichick being the head coach and he would be the offensive coordinator, assistant head coach, and then Bill Belichick would basically, he would help Bill Belichick kind of win the remaining games in order to surpass
Don Shula.
Don Shula is the all-time winning coach. So I think he's like 15 games away. And once he kind of reached that mark, then Sean Payton's plan was to become head coach after Bill Belichick hit that mark and just stepped down. That never happened because probably too complicated and too much to handle or whatever. So it never happened. But it's crazy that was a possibility. And this is coming from Adam Schefter. It's not coming from some random Twitter account.
Exactly.
With a blue check, you know what I mean? You got to
it's
look
not coming from one of Rossini's angels out here giving fake reports. Man. Oh, that's a good one too. Marcellus Wiley got arrested. Marcellus Wiley.
Marcellus Wiley out here. What's going on, man? He got arrested in Florida off of some domestic issues with, I think is with his wife or something. No, that's wild. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, Rosetown IU situation is like every week. We talked about it earlier in the show. Yeah, but yeah, that's definitely flag on a play. That's definitely flag on a play. Like IU situation is flag on a play every week. So at this point, we're kind of like, we're kind of like, honorable mention.
He gonna have his own segment, bro. At this point, it's like
we literally did. We spoke about it earlier in the show, man. If you missed it, like definitely watch the playback. But yeah, we kind of talked about like the whole situation with his recent comments about Jane Daniels and all that type of stuff. So yeah, and then and also there was a story where like in his IG story, he kind of put out messages and it sounded like it made a little bit more sense, which told me like there was somebody like writing it for him. Because the way he's been moving is like, he's been saying all types of crazy stuff.
Erratic.
Yeah, super erratic. But yeah, he put out like a story explaining the whole situation and like kind of like breaking it down and how the 49ers are in the wrong and yada yada yada, which we kind of haven't really gotten anything like that from Ayuk up until this point. So that's until it comes out of his mouth, like we gotta assume that like, it's probably somebody else probably wrote it for you. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Like I said, clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. We appreciate everybody coming through. We're not done yet. We got notable quotables. This is where we play quotes and we react to them, as well as you guys, and then we have a good conversation about them. So, Severe, what we got as our first quote?
We got a double header for our first one. We got two.
Mm-hmm.
You've got two running backs, two respected NFL running backs. One, an all-time great. Another one, a very productive and respected veteran. Both with very, very high praise for Raiders' #1 overall pick last year, Ashton Jeanty. I think the first one is we got LT, and LT gives him the highest praise you can give a player that's playing the same position as you.
Was good. The biggest Derek Carr hater of all time, man. Cash Lloyd, man. Appreciate you coming through. But yeah, here we go. This is LaDainian Tomlinson.
He is available. Are you ready to take Ashton Jeanty as high as like the top 12 overall?
Absolutely, I am.
Oh.
So just to give people context, it's a fantasy show. They have LaDainian Tomlinson as a guest, and obviously they're asking him, are you willing to draft Ashton Jeanty in the top 12 in fantasy drafts? But obviously he's going to make some comments about Ashton Jeanty. That's pretty good. Watch and listen.
I'm telling you, man, I am huge on Ashton Jeanty, guys. I think the guy showed some qualities on a bad team that you see from top running back. And John, I'm just gonna tell you, his first year reminded me of mine. Where there just wasn't much around. It was tough sledding, man. I think I averaged 3.7, 3.8 yards to carry my rookie year.
You did score twice on your first game, though.
That's true. That's true. I scored over 10 touchdowns. I think it was 10 or something like that. But his first year reminded me, like, you see traits, man, of a player that can be dominant. I believe this season with better coaching, more players around him, I'm absolutely targeting Ashton Jeanty. I'm planning on coming out of this draft with Ashton. Let me just say that.
Oh, damn.
High praise. So I'm gonna before we get the conversation started, Just like Severe said, there is another clip, and this one is from former Raider running back, former Raider and 49er and Miami Dolphin running back Raheem Mostert has some favorable things to say about Ashton Jeanty.
What is it about him that separates him, that makes him different?
With him, and what makes him different, he's explosive, bro. Most explosive player I know. When he get that ball, he can legit jump cut in a phone booth, bro. At the same time, it's gonna make you feel something as well. You might have thought that he was tackled or whatever, bro. He'll just spring out for another 30. He doesn't have like true elite speed. He got enough to get up out of there, and he can catch the ball out the backfield and make something shake. He gonna be a special cat, bro. I can't wait to see him go from year 1 to year 2. I'm sold already.
Ooh, man. Hey, I like to hear it, man. I like to hear it because, you know, a lot of, like I said, you know, Ashton Jeanty's kind of been like a polarizing player for some fans in Raider Nation and around the league because, you know, he was a guy that was taking number 6 overall. Did he have the greatest rookie year? No, but then was it a year that you would expect that a number 6 overall pick? You could arguably say, nah, that's not what we expected. But you have a Hall of Famer in LaDainian Tomlinson, who literally is basically comparing himself to, in a way, comparing himself to Ashton Jeanty by saying, you know, we had similar rookie years in that, like, we didn't have a whole lot around us. We averaged about the same yards per carry, but he showed certain traits, certain things when he watched him play throughout the year that showed him that this guy is going to be a real problem in the NFL. Like he believes in Ashton Jeanty. I know LaDainian Tomlinson was on a fantasy football show, but he kind of got more football. He kind of went into the football aspect and how he feels like he's going to be a productive player and how he compared himself. So I thought that was like high praise coming from a Hall of Famer, all-time great, one of the greatest running backs that I was able to witness. You know what I mean? You talk about Adrian Peterson, but like LaDainian Tomlinson, like, man, you make me think about it. Like, who's better? Ooh, man, like, and if it's just like we said earlier, as a pure runner, maybe you could give the edge to Adrian Peterson. But overall, like a guy that can beat you from in the receiving game as well as the run game, man, my guy LaDainian Tomlinson was one of the best to ever do it. So receiving high praise from him like that was huge. And then you got Raheem Mostert, who was in the building, was able to see it firsthand, and he kind of gave you a little bit of insight on what he was able to see firsthand every day in practice, training camp, the entire offseason, the entire season, and he's seen it with his own eyes. You know, you got guys like Will Anderson who are like, man, this dude's going to be a problem. They gave him a lot of respect after he had a huge game against that defense, one of the best defense in the NFL. And you go like, oh, well, you know what? Hey, he just had a good game or whatever the case may be, you know, but, you know, it was a good game against a good defense. But then you have a Raheem Mostert come out and he's seen everything. And it's not like he gave him crazy praise where it's like, what are you talking about? Like, it was actually like, he admitted like he doesn't have blazing speed, but he got enough speed.
Yeah.
And when he says that, like, this guy is the most explosive player that I've ever been around, and he's played with running backs like Davion Achane who run like a 4.2 40, 4.3 40. And it's not the pure speed that he's talking about, it's the ability to have speed and also be physical at the same time. And I think that's like the best attribute. Basically, he's talking about his contact balance. You know, it's just the ability to like just keep his momentum going, keeping his speed while other players are slowing down after getting hit. He's just maintaining that speed, and that's how he's able to create those explosive plays, and that's what he's kind of referring to. And he does have quickness. Now the jump cut ability, you know, I haven't seen it like that, but the quickness I've seen the quickness. The jump cut ability, I haven't seen that in terms of you know, like a Bijan Robinson or something like that. Yeah, but nothing, not to take away anything from him, but it's just I haven't seen that. But to me, it makes
it's there, but I ain't seen it in the NFL. I ain't really seen it in college yet, but I think it's there though.
Yeah, But for me, just hearing these guys talk about Ashton Jeanty makes me feel good about what I've seen. I feel like he's going to be a good player. Is he going to be a great player? I just want to see it happen. But when you hear like an all-time great Hall of Fame, one of the greatest running backs I ever see, Hall of Famer, give him high praise, and then you give him a former player, a former teammate who's not associated with the team, he's not with the team. I don't think he's in the NFL. I don't know if he's announced that he's retired or not, but just come out and just casually say like, yeah, this dude is like the most explosive player that I've ever been around. That's crazy. And Mostert is an explosive player himself.
Yeah. Mostert faster. He faster than Jeanty now, but just explosiveness. The power. Yeah, but that's not a lie. That's not a lie. He is. Jeanty's not a fast player, but that's not his game. His game is the contact balance, to be quick but powerful, to break tackles, to be physical, to pound the rock, for 4 quarters, and then once you think he about to lower shoulder on you, then dip outside and hit you with a big run and make you try to arm tackle him, which you're not gonna be able to tackle him if it's an arm tackle. So LT thing, I take that with a grain of salt. I mean, what is he gonna say about a rookie running back? Like, nah, he trash. Like, he weak. Like, that's what I expect. I expect the older generations, unless you're like a hater, to kind of just show a level of like humility when they're talking about the younger generations. But that's what I'm saying. Like that's what they do though. But that's what I don't hold that against the older, because when they see a young running back that's highly touted, I expect them to say nice things about him. They say, "Oh man, I remember when I was in that situation and I was going to a team where they expected me to do this and do that." Like, that's what I expect. That's why what Mostert was saying, I was more impressed with, because Mostert's seen it, right? He's seen it day in, day out. He knows what it takes to be a running back in the NFL, to have success. He led the league in touchdowns 3 years ago. He's around Devon A-Chain, so he knows what it takes to be a productive player. That's absolutely false. Jeanty did not average 3.8 yards a carry, or 3.6 yards a carry. The exact same average that the running backs the year prior to him averaged was 3.6. But I want to say LT averaged 3.6 yards a carry too. But LT ran for like 1,200 yards as a rookie on a team that started Doug Flutie, like 85-year-old Doug Flutie. So as you're talking about, is that the much better quarterback you take? Okay, the offensive line wasn't that great either. They ran for literally 1,062 yards the year before as a team. So, and averaged 3 yards per carry flat as a team in 2000. So it wasn't no great offensive line. Doug Flutie was an old man by that point. That's why they had drafted Drew Brees. And then once Drew Brees didn't pan out, they eventually drafted Phillip Rivers. But they weren't a juggernaut. He took a team that rushed for less than 1,100 yards the year prior as a team, and he ran for 1,200, almost 1,300 yards himself as a rookie. So different situations, because Ashton Jeanty took a team that ran for, I forgot how many yards we ran for the year prior, but we ran for more yards the year prior to drafting Ashton Jeanty than we did when we had Ashton Jeanty. The exact same yards per carry. Ashton Jeanty had more touchdowns though.
So Pro Football Reference has him at 3.7.
Oh, Jeanty?
Yeah. Yes, they have him at 3.7.
Okay, man. ESPN has him at 3.6, I want to say.
So Jeanty rushed for 975 yards, had 5 rushing touchdowns, 5 receiving touchdowns. Total scrimmage yards was about like 1,300 yards. Now, in comparison to LT, because LT basically compared his rookie year, but he was more talking about the efficiency, the talent around him.
I think that's what he's talking about.
It was tough. Yeah. Everything was tough around him, but he was able to like showcase a little bit where he could see like, hey, this guy's going to be real good. But if you want to compare his rookie season, LT ran the ball 339 times. He had 339 carries to Ashton Jeanty's 225. Now, LT did rush for 1,200 yards, but like you could imagine like 100 plus more carries might have helped a little bit to get him to that 1,220 yards. The receiving, they both received the ball.
So how many carries did Ashton Jeanty have?
225. 225.
And how many did LT have?
I'm looking at it right now. Let me see. Let me just look at it right now. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, no, bro.
266. So
yeah, I would say that 225. Yeah.
You know what?
And if I said that at 975, that's a hella good average, bro. So I knew it wasn't that.
Yeah. No, you're right. It's 266. I 266. Let me actually let me just do it this way. LaDainian Thomason. Let's see here.
Yeah, and Ashton was at 3.7 yards per carry. The Raiders as a team were at 3.6. I think that's what it is.
So 339 attempts. That's about like it's like 70 plus carries.
Mm-hmm.
Around there, like 70 plus carries, which
about
you could argue like if Ashton had like that amount of carries, he might have been able to get like to at least 1,100, 1,200 yards rushing or whatever. They both had the same amount of touchdowns. I think they had like 10 total touchdowns. I think LaDainian had 10 rushing touchdowns. Ashton had 5, but Ashton also had 5 receiving touchdowns. So they've had the same amount of touchdowns to end the year.
Total.
And then receiving, they received the same amount of yards. They had 300. I think Ashton had like 350 plus receiving, and then like maybe LaDainian had about
367.
367. So about it's pretty much the same. Yeah, around the same. Maybe Ashton was 340, or I know it was like
346. 346.
Okay. So around the same. So LT was kind of right in some ways as far as like the efficiency. He was speaking to the efficiency and just not having a whole lot of talent around him, and just being able to showcase a little bit of his talent. And then, the rest is history. He was able to have a huge career, Hall of Fame career, whatever case may be. Hopefully Ashton can have that, but we'll see. I feel like that's, but my guy Cash Lord says LT said Cedric Benson was going to be a beast too, but I believe this take. But Cedric Benson, did he say that? That'd be crazy if he did.
But that's just right, bro. You'll find that quote about all. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said I disregard that quote, because like you don't want to disregard it because it's LT. But that's what, if they ask a older vet about a young player, that's what they gonna say. They go, oh man, it guy reminds me of me when I was coming up, or he's gonna be better than I was. Like, bro, that's what they always say. So that's why I said the Mostert quote is what I'm really like. Okay, damn, Mostert saying that. Okay, that's something, because like I said, he's a guy that's in the trenches, been in the trenches recently in the modern NFL, been around other backs, been a dog himself for a time. So he's saying that about you, that holds a little bit of different weight. Not to take nothing away from LT, but LT, like he gonna give it up for the young guys. Like I expect that.
Yeah, and it's the explosive, it's the fact that his choice of words and to describe Jeanty and say like, man, he's like the most explosive player that I've ever been around. But the way he described his explosiveness was kind of interesting. And now like he was kind of breaking down like it's the fact that he's super quick in a phone booth, but also be able to like have the physicality to go along with it, and then he doesn't have elite speed, but he has enough to take it all the way. So it's like, all right, bro, like, hey. For all the non-believers, man, this is something to at least get behind and be like, all right, these guys are kind of bigging up Ashton. He has to go out and prove it, but I like what I'm hearing, man, especially from the guys that have been successful in the NFL.
Sure. If you're playing fantasy against me, oh man, you better take Ashton Jeanty in the first round, man. Yeah, I better take Ashton in the first round if you play. My fantasy league, you better get him early. You better draft Ashton Jeanty early.
Well, hold up. Would you draft Ashton Jeanty or Brock Bowers on the board? Who are you drafting in fantasy?
Man, probably it's hard to take a tight end that high, bro. It's hard to take a tight end now. I'm
just-
probably taking Ashton.
There's always exceptions to the rule. Like
There's always exceptions to the rule.
In years past, the exception to rule was like a guy like Gronk, because he's going to give you touchdowns. He's going to be that. He was going to be the number. He was going to give you high productivity from the tight end position. But when you have like a player that can give you that much production randomly, especially in the tight end position,
you need touchdowns. Though. That's the thing. If it's a PPR league, maybe Brock. But Ashton Jeanty had like he got caught like 60-some passes last year or something like that. So like he gonna catch passes too. But yeah, but Ashton gonna score more touchdowns. That's just like the long and short of it. He's gonna score more touchdowns. He's gonna catch touchdowns. He's gonna get the ball close to the goal line. Like they gonna figure out ways to throw him little pocket passes to get them easy touchdowns because they want to showcase him. They're gonna do the same thing with Brock. But, you know, I think it's like when you got a running back, it's a little bit. You got a running back that can catch the ball, especially in a Kubiak system. I think he's going to try to utilize that, especially in the red zone. So, Jeanty going to get more yards. I mean, more touchdowns rather. So that's what's going to make him more valuable.
Yeah, I just like, man, I'm just thinking about like Brock is just going to be. He's going to have a good scheme to get open, and they're gonna give him the rock. They're gonna like. There's no one else to throw it to. It's gonna be Brock, Ashton Jeanty, and everybody else.
Yeah, basically.
As far as the pass game, I mean, like maybe there might be some guys that we're not talking about because we haven't seen them out there.
Naylor, you don't got faith in Jack Besh.
Jack Besh, Tucker, you know what I mean? But like, I just feel like it's gonna be the Brock Bowers show every week. The entire pretty much the entire season is gonna be him getting the ball. Let's see, man. People talking about LT,
Michael the Burner Turner.
Drew Brees. Well, Drew Brees early on in his career wasn't really that good.
Drew Brees was not that good. He was trash. Right? That's why they drafted Phillip Rivers. Then Drew Brees went off like that. Like after they drafted Phillip Rivers, Drew Brees kind of went crazy. Then he got hurt, and then he signed with the Saints.
Yep.
And then the rest is kind of history. But yeah, the Doug Flutie was ass, bro. Like, bro, money check. I'm from LA, bro. I was going to games at Qualcomm. I seen Doug Flutie play, bro. Dude was 5'6", 37 years old. He was ass. He threw like 50. He's like a 50% passer, bro. You can't tell me like who should be saying stuff, bro. You knock it off, dog. I saw it live. He was trash. That's why they drafted Drew Brees, and that's why they followed up and drafted Phillip Rivers. Doug Flutie was washed.
Right. Cash, you think Brock is still hurt? I think he's good. I don't think we've heard anything.
I think he's good.
Yeah, I don't think we heard anything like bad about Brock being hurt or still recovering from the knee injury from last year. I think he's good to go. But we'll see. I think right now it's a little bit unpredictable because we don't know what the offense is going to look like. But we know Kubiak is a good offensive-minded coach. If great, it's because they did win the Super Bowl, and the Seahawks won it because of having a good offense, but also a great defense, but like a really good offense. Yeah. And it's not like they had
a really good running game. That's what carried them through the playoffs was their running game. With Kenneth Walker going crazy. And
technically, they didn't. The only elite thing about their offense was their wide receiver, who had
Jackson.
Yeah, and this is the first time he's been called elite. Was this year, just because how much he just got off, bro. He had like 1,800 yards, like just like that, like 1,800 yards, based off them finding ways to get him the football. So I'm like, man, if Brock is gonna be that number one option on offense, I'm like, man, like. It's risky. It's risky. I know it's risky to draft him, but I'm just saying, not risky to draft him, but draft him early. But I'm just saying, like, y'all see it. It's like it's clear as day who's gonna get the football.
I ain't doing it. Hey, teach his own. Teach his own. Yeah.
Hey, look, if it's a 12-teamer, right? If it's a 12-teamer, and you're picking, and it's one of those like you know how like, it goes from number 1 to 12, and then it comes back again, and you pick number 12, right? Most likely, you could take a Brock Bowers at that point if you're picking number 12.
You picking number 12, you're gonna come right back around to pick number 1.
Because look, you know what I'm talking about? Like, where look, it goes from 1, and then obviously it's gonna reach you at number 12, and then it's gonna reverse back. So then you literally have back-to-back picks.
Yeah.
So I'm just
I
saying,
still pick somebody else. You just signed drafting tight in the first round.
Okay.
I still pick somebody else. I'll pick a Marion Hampton and then turn around and pick Brock right after that.
Appreciate you coming through. But we got another notable quotable.
Yes, sir.
We got another notable quotable. What we got this week, Severe?
Yeah, and we got Las Vegas Journal Review beat writer for the Raiders, Adam Hill. He's talking about some of the things that the Raiders are still missing on their offense, and some possible candidates to fill those positions that are already on the team.
All right, here we go.
I'm still at big, or big preferably, but big / alpha receiver type guy. I still think changes the dynamic of the offense for sure. I'm with you on the offensive line, but I do think there's a lot of options. Does Caleb Rogers continue to improve, which I think he very much could. Spencer Burford has started in the past, wasn't good last year, but has started in the past for the 49ers. Decent player. If he gets back to that level, that would be good. Jackson Powers-Johnson is still there. Like, we don't really know what he is, but we think he can be. When he's good, he's really, really good. There's maybe too much inconsistency in his game, but when he's good, he's really good. So does he step up and take that place? But I think right tackle is certainly another place to watch, where DJ Glaze has been a 2-year starter. You've got Charles Grant, who you drafted last year, still kind of needs to get bigger and stronger, but has that athletic ability and that talent that he could step up in that role. And then there's Trey Zoon. We don't know where he's going to be. We thought guard, but there's a lot of guys at guard. Does he play right tackle? We saw him there a little bit in the OTAs. Like, if he solves the right tackle spot, that all of a sudden changes, I think, the equation of the rest of the offensive line.
Yeah, I mean, what are your thoughts, man?
Yeah, I mean, it's like the offensive line position is kind of like the cornerback or like the secondary, except we got Colton. I guess Colton and Tyler Linderbaum are like two rocks that are really good players. Like, we don't really have that in the second player. We got two guys that are basically entrenched in their spots, and Stokes and Jeremy Chin. Colton and Tyler Linderbaum are way better than those guys at their respective positions. But then you got a bunch of young guys, and you're trying to figure out like who's going to play here. You got a guy that's that's talented, supremely talented, but was he drafted for another system? And that's Porter, and that's low key JPJ, right? Like, oh man, this guy's super talented, but like, do you fit with what we're doing now? Because you weren't really drafted for what we want to do now. And then you got some young guys that have some great talent, but it remains to be seen how they develop. You got that in Jeremiah McCoy. That's kind of like a Charles Grant or a Trey Zoon, right? Where there's guys that you think that they have potential to be plus starters. Obviously, Jeremiah McCoy has all-star, Pro Bowl potential, all-pro potential. But you got some young guys that's like, man, like if we get these guys right, get these guys, get their body correct. With Jeremiah McCoy, obviously it's his health. With Charles Grant, it's his strength, his play strength. But if you're able to get that going, like you got something on your hands. So I think we're throwing a lot of young guys at that position right now, and it's going to be like, may the best man win. I think we're kind of doing the same thing in the secondary too. So it's two sides to that coin. And if none of these guys figure it out, guess what? We still drafted a wide receiver early, but we drafted an offensive line early too.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, look, I'm kind of intrigued by this team. To me, this is probably the first time in a few years where I'm like, all right, you can look forward to watching the Raiders, because there's a lot of like, all right, what is the defense going to look like? What is the secondary going to look like? What is the offensive line going to work out? The quarterback position, wide receiver, you're kind of like, but like, what does this offensive scheme look like? Oh, okay, cool. What does Ashton Jeanty look like? You hear all this high praise, right, from all these guys, right? So what does Ashton Jeanty look like in this offensive scheme? What does Brock Bowers look like in this offensive scheme? So it's like, there's so many different storylines with this team that I'm like, all right, because of the infusion of talent the new coaching staff, and just a combination of everything. It makes you like wonder like where is this going to go, and hopefully it's going in the right direction. And some of the guys that like, you know, we're probably going to have to like have a show talking about this, but some of the guys that we haven't talked about, like the unsung heroes, or not the unsung heroes, the underrated players that we haven't talked about, that no one hasn't been talking about. Like obviously we talk about the Ashton Jeanty. We talk about Ashton Jeanty all the time. We talk about the Mendozas of the world. We even talk about the receiving corps, Brock Bowers. But like guys on the defensive line, there's some young guys on the defensive line like we haven't talked about. We haven't talked about the secondary too much. I know you just mentioned it a little bit, but like there's a lot to look forward with this team, and I'm hoping that some of the guys take the next step, because I think there's going to be some growing pains, and hopefully it's not a situation where you know Raider Nation is like quick to like, oh man, like this is terrible, like this guy they're always going to be like, oh, someone needs to get fired. But I don't know if it's going to be that type of situation. But I don't know how this fan base is going to react to a team that doesn't win a lot of games, but then shows a little bit of promise. I don't know if we've seen that in a while. So I don't like know how I don't even know how they're going to react to it. But I know I'm going to be like, hey, we got a future. Finally.
Facts.
Finally, we got something. But yeah, the big key to the offense for sure is the offensive line. Straight up, it's the only way where it can be. If it's gonna be the same offensive line play that from the last couple of years, then it doesn't matter what we do on offense. To be honest with you, it's gonna be like the run game is gonna be trash.
You got LT though, man.
LT, man. LT's, you know.
You got LT, man. It shouldn't matter.
He's gonna be like, well, Ashton Jeanty, his second year reminded me of my second year.
Exactly. What did LT do his second year? Like 1,500 yards, 16, something like that.
No,
15,
LT
16?
sure got off. He got off in his second year. Let me.
He went crazy the second year, like 1,600 yards, something crazy like that. Or that was his third year. I can't remember if it was the second or his third year.
Hold on, let me check this up.
Well, for sure, 1,500 at least.
So, this is by the way, I was telling Severe this earlier. So, you know, he had 339 attempts his rookie year. He had 372 attempts his second year. He rushed for pretty much damn near 1,700 yards, 1,683 yards, 14 rushing touchdowns, 79 catches, and almost 500 yards receiving. One touchdown receiving, but still, that's crazy. So basically, over 2,000 yards, scrimmage yards.
Oh, offense, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but I was telling Severe earlier, like his start to his career, like this dude was going over 300 carries easy for his first basically 7-8 years of his career. Every year, 300 plus yards. 300 carries. So his usage rate was super high.
Crazy.
But he was productive. And then year 8 or 9 or so, 2008, he had 292, but he still had 1,000 yards. But then, it went down and down after that. But that's crazy. From 2001 to 2007, bro. 300.
He was healthy too, right? He basically was healthy every year, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
16 games started. 04, he had 15 games started. But almost he literally missed. That's maybe crazy. And
he probably 04. He might have just been set. Basically, low key, he might have just been set.
Yep. And man, yeah, man, he was special, man. Was he first ballot, right? First ballot? Was he first ballot?
Yeah, he better been.
He's first ballot.
Unlike Bill Belichick. I'm never gonna get over that, bro. If Tom Brady gets in first ballot Hall of Fame, bro, I'm gonna be hot, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be hot.
I think, that's gonna be crazy if Tom Brady gets in.
I'm gonna be hot, bro. Cause it don't make no sense. You can't hold that against Bill Belichick and not hold it against Tom Brady.
But it's disrespectful. is disrespectful. It would be disrespectful though. Even though they did that to Bill Belichick, you know how disrespectful it would be to not get, to have Tom Brady wait.
Hey, look, bro. They better do it, bro. You can't hold that standard for Bill Belichick because the thing about it, people, Deflategate was all Tom Brady. Deflategate was all Tom. That had nothing to do with Bill Belichick. That was Tom and his equipment manager. It's like, so that was a Tom Brady exclusive, and Bill Belichick gets blamed for that. Spygate was all Bill, but Deflategate was Tom.
Yeah. So, but it's still gonna be crazy. That's why it's a slippery slope. Like, what are y'all trying to prove? Like, it's almost like, I feel like the NFL is like any publicity is good publicity. You know what I mean? Like, even if it's bad, like even if they're wrong, it's still like, all right, everybody's talking about it, so this is a good thing. We're still getting talked about, even though the NFL seasons. Because like, I think, did that happen during this? Was that during the season that we found that out, or was that like?
That was I can't remember.
Was that after? Was that?
I remember they had the whole investigation, and that's when they found out everything. That's when Tom Brady was out there like breaking all the cell phones and shit.
No. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about like when we found out that Bill Belichick wasn't going to the Hall of Fame his first time.
Oh, that was just recently. That was like a few weeks ago.
No, that wasn't a few weeks ago.
It was like a few weeks ago. I want to say like maybe like a month or two ago. Like a month or two ago.
So it was during the off season. It wasn't like the season. Okay.
No, it wasn't during the season. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's for the NFL. That's a win. That's a win.
Yeah.
So you got everybody talking about, Bill Belichick not getting into the NFL Hall of Fame during the NFL off season where there's nothing really to talk about.
That's what the NFL does though. NFL's mastered that, just being a 365 a year league.
Yeah, that's why they have all these refs. Like, they have them. I feel like it's on purpose, where they'll call games a certain way, and then like everybody's talking about the game, like, oh, I can't believe this happened. It's like, man, as Raider fans, we know this, so it is what it is. But
we for sure know this.
They for sure know this. We're not done yet, though, man. We're not done yet. We got what's real and what's not. This is where we say statement. We react to it as well. You guys react to if it's real or it's not. And I guess we're gonna keep up with the theme of Ashton Jeanty, the running game. Well, the offensive skill position. So Jeanty, this is the statement here. Jeanty, Bowers, and Naylor will combine for over 3,500 yards of offense. Is that real or not? Jeanty, Bowers, and Jalen Naylor, will combine for over 3,500 yards of offense next season. Is that real or is it not? I'm going to say... I'm going to say it's not real. I feel good about Bowers because I feel like he's numero uno at running back. He's number one, if not 1A, 1B. Tight end in the NFL. So I think he's gonna be like emphasized in the offense. Like he's gonna get the rock. And that's the one thing about Kubiak that I like is that he identifies who are the playmakers on offense, and he gives that, like, he's gonna make sure that they're gonna get the football. The guys that are the talented playmakers are gonna get the football. So I feel good about that. Ashton Jeanty, same thing. Feel good about Ashton Jeanty. Naylor, I don't know. It's up in the air. Like, I don't know how it's gonna look. I'm hoping, but like, you're gonna tell me that he's gonna get like close to 1,000 yards receiving. I don't know. So I'm gonna say it's not real. That's the only thing. The deal breaker is Naylor.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Well, I feel great about Brock. I'm mid on Jeanty. Like, it just, I don't know how much of a timeshare it will be. But both of those guys, I'm concerned about health, just because we saw Brock, he's been hurt just about every year. He came into the league hurt. stayed healthy, relatively healthy his rookie year, but got hurt last year. Jeanty, he had not a crazy heavy workload last year, but he had a pretty high usage last year. Usually when guys, have a high usage coming into the league, they're prone to get hurt eventually. Knock on wood for that. Hopefully it doesn't happen for him, but the running back position is injury prone position, period. So will he play another 16 or 17? That's going to mean, and I don't think he will at that usage rate. And then Naylor, I have absolutely no faith in. I mean, I didn't even know whether to go with Naylor or Jack Best, or not Naylor or Trey Tucker, for that question. I went with Naylor because he's the guy that got paid, but I didn't know where to go with Naylor or Tucker. Because the thing about last year, the three guys, three top guys in Seattle, they went for 3,621, and that's with JSN going for like 1,800 yards receiving. So it's like, so him going for 1,800 yards receiving they still like barely hit that target. So I think if Ashton and Brock play to their potential, they can drag Naylor across the finish line with them. But I just think it's so many variables in the way of that happening that I just can't see it happening.
No, I think Naylor is gonna be a guy they're probably gonna feature early on, because like, hey man, rule of thumb, just follow the money. But it is up in the air. Like, it could be Naylor. Does Tucker kind of take the next step a little bit? Like he had his most productive year of his career last year. He's been receiving high praise all off season from the coaching staff, from everybody. And then like he kind of fits in with, I guess, the prototype receiver that Kubiak likes. He likes speedy guys on the outside. So we'll see what that looks like. See how he's able to incorporate him in the offense. But like, I still would have the same answer. You know what I mean? If you switched it out with Tucker, I still would have the same answer. Besh, same answer. Naylor, same answer.
Besh was damn sure.
Not real. But like I feel good about Jeanty. I feel good about Bowers. It's just wide receiver. I think we might have some, at best case scenario. I think if we can figure out who are like the role players and complementary players, and then all we need is just to insert like an alpha number one guy, we can hit the ground running. We can build off what we got this year. JSN wasn't shit when DK was there. Jeanty averages 15 points per game last year. That's not high usage, severe.
That was 7th in the league in carries, bro. Like, 7th in the NFL, brother. Knock it off. 7th in the league. Talking about
that's top 10. That's top 10 for sure. 3,007 high usage. Everybody's.
I think you're talking about 3. I think you're talking about, I don't know, but it's.
You talking about like what the final tally would be as far as all three, running back, tight end, and receiver. Yeah, I don't think 3,500 yards. Like, man, if they do that, then that's a crazy successful year on offense.
Yeah, facts.
If you're able to get that type of productivity from like running back, tight end, and wide receiver, that's crazy. Literally everybody got 1,000 yards of offense. That's pretty much what you're getting.
Exactly.
But yeah, man, hey man, we about to get up out of here. We appreciate everybody coming through. Make sure to clacking at this point, clack out, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Man, we appreciate everybody coming through, watching the show, supporting us. Least you can do, man, if you can. If anybody watching the replay, obviously leave a comment. Let us know your thoughts. Everybody that's watching this live, obviously, on the way out, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you haven't subscribed to both channels, definitely go ahead and do so. And then follow us all over social media. Myself, PharoahNFL, the Severe Raider. Severe. Let people know where they can find you, what to look forward to, all that good stuff.
Man, you guys know what it is, man. It's Severe Raider here on YouTube, Snapchat, TikTok, X, IG, Kick, Twitch, Truth Social. Tuesdays, man, with my dog PharoahNFL. In the 50-50 show. Wednesdays, the Raider War Room. We got some stuff working on. We're working on for Thursdays, man, for Around the Shield. So stay tuned for that. We'll be kicking that off pretty soon. Probably before training camp, but for sure. But got some stuff in the works, man. But just make sure you tap in, man. Hit the like button, the subscribe button, both channels. And I'll catch y'all on the next one.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Follow us all over social media, Around the Shield on IG, on X, PharoahNFL all over all social media. Obviously, subscribe, all that good stuff. We appreciate buddy coming through, watching us, man, during off-season edition. There's not a lot going on, but hey, man, there's stuff to talk about. Like, we want to talk to y'all, and if you haven't already, obviously, anybody watching the replay, definitely leave a comment. Let us know your thoughts on the show, your thoughts on the Raiders off-season, what's to come, all that good stuff. And yeah, man, we appreciate buddy coming through. And then the hype button too as well. Like, hey, if you guys are able to see the hype button after watching the replay, definitely hit that. That help us out a lot. And we appreciate everybody coming through, like I said. And yeah, man, we up out of here, man. Oh man, like anybody watching we didn't even mention the World Cup. That's crazy. I know you like
I mentioned a little bit.
You like the biggest World Cup fan. You always say you watch World Cup.
I ain't watching no World Cup, bro. Watching no World Cup. I was gonna watch the game the other day. We got smacked anyway, so I'm glad I didn't watch it.
Yeah, are you talking about US?
Yeah, the game we cheated to try to win and still lost.
Yeah, US lost, Mexico lost. Trying to think some notable games. I mean, there's someone.
They say Argentina cheated. That's how they was able to advance. They say they basically trying to just throw, because this is gonna be the Messi last World Cup, so they cheating for Argentina basically.
Was that against Egypt? Against Egypt, I think.
Yeah, against Egypt. Yeah, they did them dirty, or they did them filthy. They want France versus Argentina again because Mbappe is the next guy, so that's who they want. And I think
the old guy.
Yeah, exactly. The next guy versus old guy, and I think he was on pace to break like Messi's World Cup record for goals. That Messi just set this World Cup, but I think Messi just scored again, so I think he's still like maybe 2 goals away or something like that. But he gonna catch him in the next one for sure.
Yeah,
Mbappe, that dude, man. Mbappe is crazy.
Yeah, man. But hey, look, yeah, definitely, man. We'll see y'all soon. If not this week, obviously next week. We'll try to see if we get some guests this week. Continue conversations. Not a whole lot to talk about. It's off season. That's why we kind of been doing a weekly shows on Tuesday with 50-50 show. But obviously Around the Shield, we want to give y'all some good content. We want to bring some people on, but it's a whole lot going on. And obviously, we'll try our best to get someone on, and then we'll continue the conversation with the Raiders. Yeah, and that's the thing. Another thing too, I was just thinking about, like, yeah, there's some other storylines that we haven't talked about as far as like underrated players that we feel like need to be talked about, and obviously can have an impact, that need to step up. Sophomores, you know what I mean? Like you kind of brought it up a little bit with the running back position overall, but like, how about the Raiders? Who are the guys that you feel like are going to take the next step? So we'll probably have that conversation either this week or next week, man. So make sure to tune in, hit the notification bell, hit the like button on the way out, man. We appreciate everybody coming through. We up out of here, man. Peace.